Hello! So, this is going to be a tutorial on how to make this pizza. I just finished cooking it right now. We made the dough this morning, and after about 6 hours, it was ready to bake. So, I'll go over what ingredients you're going to need, how to knead the dough, and how to make this wonderful pizza. Turned out beautifully. Really nice. So if you're sick of paying ridiculous prices for delivery, for takeout, pizza, even frozen pizzas have gone to a ridiculous price lately, this is a video for you. I've only been making pizzas for about 6 months now.
What did he say?
I've started experimenting, and this is the way I like to do it. It might change in the future, but I just wanted to upload this to show people that it's not really that hard, that anybody can make a pizza. You just need some simple ingredients. And really, this is very affordable once it's done. This pizza right here probably cost me about $5 or $6. And they would charge you at a restaurant over $20 for this. So probably even more. Like 26, 27 with tax. So $30 for a pizza like this. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God!
So I'm gonna cut this, I'm gonna eat it now, but in the video you'll see exactly how to make it, and then I will be uploading another video on how to make a different type of pizza later on in the week. I'm gonna do a pan pizza and also a pizza just like this with Alfredo sauce instead of the tomato sauce.
Shopping list. This is all the stuff you're going to need to make the pizza dough. Pizza dough ingredients are right there. You use some. Make sure you get bread flour. Don't get that other stuff. Get bread flour. Pizza sauce. If you don't have pizza sauce, we're going to make it in this video. So that's all the stuff you're going to need. Probably already have the sugar and salt from the other ingredients. Pizza mozzarella. Don't forget it. Make sure to get some good one. Any other toppings you want to have on your pizza. Olives, tomatoes, feta, pepperoni, pesto, anything you can put on a pizza. Okay, we're going to buy all the groceries right now. Okay, we're buying them. We're at the checkout. Okay, we're leaving the shopping mart. Okay, bye.
So to start, we gotta start with the yeast and get some water on the go. So you want fairly lukewarm, room temperature water. We need 1 3/4 cup of water. Turn that off. Put that in. And then we need sugar. So sugar is the food that activates the yeast. And we need 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. I'm doing this all with one hand because I don't have a rig my phone. Oh, this sucks. Trying to do this one-handed out of the bag sucks. Alright, I got it. Okay, stir that up. We want sugar water. That's what the yeast likes to eat. So get that mixed up. Spin in. Try and get all the water and the sugar mixed together. Okay, then we've got yeast. This is bread yeast because the store didn't have pizza yeast, so that's what we're gonna use. Okay, I just had to open the container with my other hand. So we want 2 teaspoons, not tablespoons, teaspoons of yeast. I'm gonna stir it around. And what's going to start to happen is the yeast is going to start eating the sugar in the water. It's going to activate. So you want to put this in a warm room somewhere. And this is not the type of yeast that rises really quickly. This stuff seems to take around 30 minutes to an hour to activate to its fullest. It'll activate fairly quickly within a few minutes. You'll see here. I'll let you know when it starts going. But what's going to happen is it's going to start to bloom. Kind of like, I guess, algae is the closest thing I can think of. So it's going to start to bloom, and it's going to start eating all of the sugar in there. It's going to create little fart bubbles, and all the yeast is going to start coming to the top of the water, and it'll start turning kind of this mushy brown pasty color, and then just let it keep activating. I would leave it for about an hour, this type. Sometimes there's faster rising yeast, but 30 minutes, 20 minutes, give it a while. It's going to do its thing. Keep it in a warm room and it will activate quicker. But you'll see, I'll go to the next part here in a second, but right now it's actually starting to go. You can see that that brown part's starting to rise just a little bit. All right, so the yeast has begun to rise. As you can see, it started to blossom, bloom, whatever you want to call it. It's starting to eat all of the sugar in the bowl. Now, this is good. This is only after about 5 minutes or so. So I've taken it to a warm area of the house, and it's just going to do its thing. We'll come back in about 30 minutes, look at it, and if it's the way we want it to be, then we're going to use it. You could use it right now if you really needed to. Not a bad thing. It's all started to activate, but I like to wait till it's all kind of, you'll see, it's going to get really gross looking and nasty, but that's the good stuff. That's what you want to use. All right. So while the yeast rises, we can start getting our flour and salt together in the meantime. So we need 4.5 cups of bread flour. If you can get it, use it. If you don't have it, use all purpose. But we're basically making bread. We're not making pastries or anything like that. It's bread. So bread flour has the highest probably gluten structure. Not that I know that much about it, but that's what I've been told. This is salt. I just put it in this sun-dried tomato container so I can scoop it out easily. We need 1 tablespoon of salt. And then we need 4.5 cups of bread flour. I'll pause it. All right, bread flour is in the bowl with the salt. I'm looking for a fork or just a spoon. There, this will work. So we just want to mix up salt with the flour so it's not all stuck to the bottom of the bowl. Let's, you just mix it up. It's not that important. I just like to do it so everything goes together nicely. Shake this up. Alright. And what I like to do, though it's not necessary, I just like to make just a little well where we're going to pour our yeast water into. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes or so, and it's starting to look really good. So our yeast has pretty much risen. I'd say that that's probably good enough for what we got to do. You could let it just rise for a full hour, but for the sake of brevity, yeah, we will just use this right now. It looks good enough. It smells like yeast. It has a very weird smell to it, and it's all kind of gooey. We like that. Okay. Alright, so we're back at the counter. So, this nasty thing is dough discard. I take a little piece of dough after I separate it, after the dough ball bulks for a while, and I go to separate my dough into balls. I take just a bit, you'll see later, I'll take like about that much, and I'll just chuck it in the container, mix it around, and leave it for the next time I make dough. What this is, it adds a lot of flavor to your pizza dough. It's a secret ingredient that I think really brings out the flavor. Now, you might not like this. You might think this is f***ing disgusting. Sorry, language. But I really like it. I think it's a cool thing. You can just put your dough in there, leave it. This is probably this is like 5 or 6 months old. Like, this is disgusting. But the longer it has to ferment, the better it's gonna be. So, we're gonna take, how do I do this? I want a spoon. I was just using that knife to mix it up. Here's a spoon. Okay, we got a tablespoon. We're gonna take a bit of dough. Ooh, look at that. Okay, we're gonna mix that in with our yeast. You don't have to do this. If you don't, like, obviously if this is your first time making pizza, you won't have this, but try it, you know, get an old glass jar, set it aside, put your dough discard into it, and mix it in with your pizza dough next time. So, that's done. We've mixed it up in our yeast water. We'll take our bowl of flour, and I'm gonna start pouring this into here. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget, you need olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil. So, we want to put this in a little cup, and we want to mix that in with the dough after. Alright, so we just put in 3 tablespoons of olive oil into this little cup, and we'll be using that after we mix the water into the flour. Now, I just want to get the last of that out, so just give me a sec. Okay, so I just scraped the last little bits of yeast out of the bowl, and now we're going to start bringing this together. So I'm going to use my right hand and mix this all in really good. We want to start bringing that together, and kind of scrape off the ends of the bowl here. Bring that all in. Now, I've never done this with one hand, so we'll try our best here, but let's get all that stuff off our spoon. Put it over there. I'm gonna start just mixing it together. Basically, just want to get it around in the bowl. Yeah, this is really annoying to do. Now you'll notice that the dough is really sticky right now, because it hasn't really absorbed all of the flour. So you see it's all like stuck in my hands, and it really sucks. So what we can do at this point is I'll just kind of take a second here, and I'll bring this together because it's really difficult with just one hand. Yeah, so I'm gonna pause the video right now. Okay, and also what I need to do is pour the olive oil in. Don't forget it. Olive oil has been poured out of the cup into the bowl. It needs to be mixed around, or else it's gonna keep getting really sticky and it's gonna suck. Alright, so we are still mixing the dough. I had to add a bit of flour to this because it was really wet. I think I zoned out while I was measuring, and I didn't add enough flour in the first place, so we're just gonna keep I'm basically just turning it in the bowl. I'm trying to consolidate everything. So yeah, it's starting to absorb all that flour I just put in. It's really difficult to do this, by the way, with just one hand. So you'll find that having two hands, it's a lot easier. I'm basically just trying to fold it on top of itself here and then spin it in between. So what I'm gonna do is I poured some flour out on the table here, and I'm gonna spread this all around. And we're gonna pour the dough ball out. And we're gonna start kneading it on the counter because that's easier. So here it is. So basically, we just wanna roll it around on here. Try and get all these lumps kneaded into the dough ball. It's a very forgiving type of dough. So just as you go, it'll start becoming a bit more easier to work. And you're gonna start working that moisture into it. It will become less and less sticky as you go. So I'm trying to fold it back in on itself, bringing one corner and then spinning it. But again, this is really not the way I normally do it because I'm holding my phone with one hand. But you know what? Pizza dough is very forgiving when it comes to this. So I'm just gonna keep doing this for a while. And then we're gonna let it rest. Okay? This is super important. Nobody will tell you this, but I will. Let it rest, okay? For like 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes. Like, come back to it and knead it again. It'll make things a lot easier. Because you'll notice that the dough, it becomes very sticky, very tough, very hard to work with sometimes. Just stop, put the bowl back on top, let it sit on the counter, and let it just do its thing. Because it takes some patience to do this. Doing this while you're hungry or exhausted, or it's just not a good idea because you're impatient. So, all right, so it's been about 5 minutes, actually a little bit more, but we will check on our dough by lifting that up. So the dough is been relaxed a little bit. It's not as sticky anymore, but still needs to be kneaded. It's not good enough. So we will keep kneading it. I'm gonna kind of roll it around, get it unstuck, and spread out more of this. You see a lot of videos, people just putting this in a mixer and then kneading it like 3 times, and that's not really the way to do it. At least I don't think so. So we're gonna keep folding it back on itself. And basically what we're trying to do is trap air inside. We just keep turning it in the same direction and pulling up one end and pushing it back down on itself. And you see it starts to become a bit more softer too. It's not as chunky anymore looking. See that? Looking good. Okay. We're gonna keep doing this, and it's gonna actually start to become a little bit more tough to fold it back in on itself. That's a good thing. Now you're building gluten structure, which is what we want to achieve at this stage. So now I'll just keep doing this for a while. If I had a tripod or something to hold my camera, I'd be using both hands, and it would be really nice and a lot easier to show everyone how I normally do this. So anyways, I just basically keep spinning it around, And once it starts becoming very sticky again, I'm gonna let it relax. But it's actually coming along pretty nice, all things considered. So. All right. Whoa. We'll just leave that on the counter, put the bowl back over, and let it sit for another 5, 6, 10 minutes. Just walk away, forget about it, come back, and then start kneading it again. All right, we are back with the dough. Let's take this bowl off and see our dough. There it is. Okay, we will continue to knead it. Fold it back on itself. See, now it's more stretchy. It's had a chance to relax. We're folding it back. We're gonna roll it around still in this flour that's here. Got it unsticky. All right. Let's just keep folding it on itself. And we're gonna keep doing this for a while. Keep spinning it, folding it back on itself. So I'm gonna put the camera down. I'm gonna knead this with 2 hands now, but that's all you wanna do is you just wanna be pulling one corner up, forcing it down, trapping the air inside real nice. That's what we're gonna do. All right. So I finished kneading it again. We're just gonna put the bowl back on it, and let it sit for a little bit longer. And after we knead it this time, should be good enough. We can actually check, but should do the poke test. And what's gonna happen is it's gonna spring back. Now it's still really sticky, but it's starting to come together. But when you poke it, it's very sticky right now. But it should start to spring back. So we're gonna let it sit for a little bit longer and come back, knead it again, and then we'll check. All right, we're back with the dough. Yeah, this is looking good. Yeah, this is looking good. All right, we'll roll this around a little bit more. Put that back in there. Oh yeah. All right, what we need is a little bit more flour on here. We have some crunchies. We don't like crunchies. So I'll just roll this. Oh my god, it's sticky. But we're getting there. Like, this is really feeling good. Yeah, this is nice. Okay. Oh yeah, this is good. Yeah, it's almost there, but I'm gonna need it a little bit more with both of my hands. All right, so I've actually propped my phone up on the bowl so you can kind of see what I'm doing. But basically, I'm just doing that. And then I spin it, and I bring it back on top. And I do this, and this, and this, and this, and this. This. Keep doing that, and keep doing it some more, and keep doing it even more. Until, you'll see later, that when you flip the dough ball over, see in a second here, we're gonna kind of roll it underneath of itself, do this, make it nice. We're gonna poke it, and it should spring back. And that's how you know your pizza dough ball is ready to proof, or to bulk. We're at the stage of bulking next. So what we'll do next is we're going to prep the bowl with some olive oil so it doesn't stick. Alright, so my bowl has been cleaned up, got all of the crunchy bits out, so you don't want that sticking to your nice new dough ball. So we're gonna pour way too much olive oil in and use this thing and coat the entire bowl with some olive oil. Just the inside, as much as you can. Really make sure that you get as high as you can go. Don't do the top edge of the bowl though, because what you're going to want to do next is plastic wrap over the dough ball so all the gas from the dough stays in the bowl with the dough. And the heat. Heat's very important. So we're also going to do this to our dough ball. And just do all the ends. Do that. In the time that I've was washing the bowl out, the dough's actually started to grow a little bit. So this is good. Means that everything is working. Put that in the sink. I'm gonna pick this up real quick and put it in the bowl. Okay, I've set the camera down for this, but alright. You just want to kind of tuck the edges of the dough. You can barely see this, sorry. But you want to tuck the edges under like that with your hands. You saw me do it earlier too, but we just want to do this, work it around. Kind of keep everything in there nice. Dough ball should be perfectly round. Yeah, then we're going to put it in to the bowl. And it's nice and round. We've shaped it a little bit. We're making sure all the air that we needed is still inside. It's good and soft. So yeah, we're ready to go. So what we're gonna do next is use some plastic wrap. I'll get that out and cover the top. So I used some of this stuff and we wrapped the bowl. This is a bigger bowl, so I put two pieces on, one going this way and then one going over. We're going to put it outside, so I want to make sure that it stays on really nice and it doesn't come off. Alright, so we're going to come outside. It's a nice day out. And we're going to leave the dough out here until supper time, because I want pizza for dinner. It's late afternoon. It's like 12 o'clock, I think. It's not that late. But, you know, it's like 20 degrees out. It's hot. It's sunny. Yeah. So, normally I would leave this overnight to bulk, but with the extra temperature outside, I think probably by about 6 o'clock it should be ready to use. And yeah, then we'll check on it later. So we'll leave this outside and forget about it for a while. Alright, so this is all the stuff you need to make your tomato sauce. Empty jar, can of tomato sauce, just any, really, whatever you feel like. Tomato paste, little can of this. Italian seasoning, basil, oregano, onion powder, garlic salt, garlic powder, black pepper, some sugar, and a bowl. Also, pro tip, get a red spatula, because the wood ones will just stain when you're mixing this, which really sucks. So I've already mixed up the seasonings here. I'll include the measurements and what I put in it. It's pretty simple. Everything here is what you'll need. And yeah, so I'm gonna pause this, open up the tomato sauce paste and mix in that. And you'll see in a second. Alright, so I've put in the tomato sauce and the tomato paste into the bowl. And now we're gonna pour the seasoning in that we made up earlier. Get out of there. Oh. Alright. Clean hands, of course, they're always washed. So, we're just gonna mix this up. And once it's mixed up, that's it. This is probably the easiest thing you can do to make a good pizza, is just make up some sauce while you're waiting for your dough to rise. And just find a jar to put it in and stick it in the fridge. This will do many pizzas, probably about 10 pizzas worth. Give or take, depends how much sauce you like on your pizza. So, yeah, you'll have this for quite a while. I usually use it up. I haven't had it go bad yet, but it probably lasts about 3 weeks in the fridge. Bad, I guess. So, once this is all mixed up, you could take a whisk and really make sure everything's mixed in there good. Because sometimes the garlic powder will get kind of chunky in here. It just depends. You don't really want to bite down on that. It's not very tasty if that happens. So really make sure this is mixed up well. Yeah, red spatula. That's the way to go with this. So once that's done, pour it out into the jar. This is just some old jar. I just peeled off the label, so that's why that glue is on there. But it's clean. I'm just gonna pour that into there, and that'll be it. All right, so the tomato sauce is done. We got quite a lot, a little bit more than that jar could fit, so I'm gonna use this on the pizza later, and just stick it in the fridge, and that's it. So I'm back outside, and it's gotten really hot out, and smudge. And so I put this towel on top of the dough, so it's not directly under the sun anymore. It's got some shade, and the dough is coming along really nice. You can barely see it through this plastic, but it's filled up about over half of the bowl now. So it's about tripled in size, which is good. That's what we want. So just keep it under the towel if it's really hot outside. It's like 28 degrees. And yeah. All right, we are back. I have set up a tripod. I went to the store, got a few things. I'm actually gonna put my hands on the other side. So this is the dough. It's been sitting for 6 hours. Yeah. So you'll notice a very fermenting smell. Normal. It's a good thing. It's very desirable. So the dough, it's not as big as it usually my dough, you could see actually the outside where the moisture is, it got up very, very high. It just started to cool off outside, so the dough settled. So it lost some of its air, which isn't a bad thing. But we've got our dough. It's nice and bubbly. We like bubbles. I've got the flour here, and we will spread some flour around here so the dough doesn't stick to the countertop. So we'll dust our hands. Now I can use both hands and not have to film, which is really nice. So this is our dough. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay. So it looks really disgusting and gross. That's a good thing. Oh, it's good. Okay. So we're gonna separate this into about 3 portions here. I'm just pinching it off with my hands. And then I also said we would take like a little bit of dough and set it aside for our discard container. Jump it now. Goes in our discard container I was telling you about at the beginning. That goes in there. And it's just going to get assimilated into the rest of that jar for next time. So, we've got 3 portions now. It's nice. So if you're going to use this tonight to make dinner, just leave it as is. But for the rest of it, we're going to put it away for later. Now this dough could store in the fridge. I've had it as long as about a week, and it's been excellent. So what we're gonna do is we're going to kind of put this into a ball. This is super nice, by the way. It's very high moisture content dough. This is really good. Oh, yeah. So, I was just gonna... I should actually put some on my hands. It'll make this job a bit easier. But basically all we're doing is we're folding it down underneath. And we just want to keep kind of stretching it until it gets to a certain point. It starts becoming a little ball. And we're going to put our hands together and just start sticking it together underneath, trapping the air inside, and that will be it. Set that down. I'm gonna grab some olive oil like we did last time when we took the dough ball, put it in the bowl. We're going to brush the bottom of these 2 bowls. I'm gonna dry them off a bit better. I just washed these. They're brand new, so make sure you always wash things nicely when you're cooking. Keep your hands clean. Can't stress that enough. Especially when you're cooking for other people. It's just good practice. So, I'm gonna pour some in there. Pour some in here. So, oh yeah, this is really nice. I'm just gonna go around, brush it. And we'll also brush this dough ball. So that's good. We like that. All right, I'll put you in here. So this is our dough ball. You can also set it somewhere where there's no flour and kind of twist it around, and that's going to tighten up the bottom really nice, and it's going to start becoming even more round, and it's trapping all of that air inside, and it's going to twist it up like a dumpling. Think of it that way. You're going to pinch it off at the bottom to trap that air in. So I'm going to slide this around in here. This is nice. Oh, we could just make a pizza right now with that. That's so nice. Okay, but we're gonna do it like this. We're just folding it down inside of itself. You see all of these beautiful bubbles that are gonna start coming up, which is really good. This pizza dough, it's a New York style recipe, but I find, you know, it has a really nice crust to it. It's very airy and flaky. But sometimes it can be very moist and dense. It depends how long and how hot your oven is now. So you can make pan style pizzas with this dough. You can do just about anything you want with it now. So I'm just gonna do that and set it back down, twist it again. Actually going to brush it now. Yeah, this is way better. This is what I should have done from the start. I went to the dollar store and I picked up a mount for my camera. It was a crappy little tripod, but I just needed the clip for my phone and I put it on a bigger tripod, and that's what's being used right now. It makes things a lot nicer. So that's done. Put that aside. we've got this guy to deal with next, so we'll pack these up with their lids on them. Now, you can label them or something if you want, but honestly, these will be used up by the end of the week. It's probably the favorite thing. My favorite thing I like to cook is just a pizza. Really easy at the end of the day. Just knowing I have dough at home, I can make dinner without much fuss. It's very brainless once you have everything prepped. So now we got this. This is great. We're gonna put some more flour down because we're like out. A bunch of it was used up, so we'll just do this. Let's do that. Do this. Oh, it's already like, yeah, this is good. So we're just going to go like that. Get our dough nice and gravity stretched out. It's going to be pretty thin right now, which is nice. I don't mind it. Oh yeah, this is good. Okay, I'm gonna set it down. Whew. This is very thin pizza today. You can make it thicker if you want. Just kind of how it worked out right now. It's just very thin, so this will be nice. We won't go crazy with the sauce. It's already starting to kind of come apart, which isn't great, but we're at the limits of how thin this can be. Don't use a rolling pin. Just stretch it like I just showed you. When dough is nice and warm, it will stretch very easily. So if you're finding your dough is coming back together after you stretch it like that, let it sit. Let it warm up, let it sit, let it do its thing. It's gonna keep doing that until it's at room temperature. Yeah. So this is good, I say. It's very thin. Like, some people really like that. I'm pretty impartial. I don't mind. It's gonna cook really nicely this way. So I'm going to put this onto my pizza pan. I have a perforated one. I actually quite like this now. Yeah, so. But I put another pan underneath to catch all the flour. So it's got a bunch of holes in it. So what we'll do right now is pause the video and I'm going to clean up and get some of the toppings ready. All right, we're back. We got pizza mozzarella. Use whatever you want. I recommend pizza mozzarella from the store. It shreds nicely, it's easy to use, melts well, doesn't get all oily and nasty. So we'll do this. Just shred it. Freshly shredded mozzarella is the way to go. That stuff that's in a bag is disgusting. It's full of like cellulose powder and all sorts of other things to keep it from sticking together in the bag, which makes all the moisture that you're trying to have go away. That's what makes some pizza really gross. It's the quality of the cheese. So you can just get a block of cheese in a cheese grater. You're better off, and they're cheaper. So there's that. Got our mozzarella. We've got the pizza sauce here. There's our pizza. We've got a spoon. And this pizza is very thin, so I'm not going to put a whole lot on. Just like that much, probably. We'll see. But you're going to want to go around in a circle with it. Leave some room for the crust to do its crusting. And that's like pretty much it. So it's pretty simple. There's that. We've got cheese here. I'm just gonna go like that. I like to start at the edge with my cheese, pick it up, put a little bit on, work my way to the middle, so everything is evenly topped. probably put even a little bit more on here would be fine, but there's that. Okay. So I've also got olives. Oh, you can just have a cheese pizza. I'm not telling you how to top your pizza. This is just the way I like it. So this is just kind of a Greek pizza. I'm not even sure if I have any tomatoes. We'll put some fire roasted tomatoes on, or sun-dried tomatoes. That'll be nice. And yeah, we'll just do this. Dice up some onions. Actually, we're just slice the onions. It's easier. There's some onions I had in the fridge from a while ago. Cut that off. And I like my onions. I like cut about 1/8. Just a good way to do it. Cut them in half. That should be fine. Alright, that's done. We'll get those sun-dried tomatoes out. Where I put them. Alright, they were just below the tripod in the cupboard. These are fairly greasy tomatoes. They're kept in oil to preserve them, or else you can buy the really dried out sun-dried tomatoes. So they look kind of weird, but they taste really good. So say probably about 2 of them, or just this one big one. It's probably good enough for our needs. So I like to pat them down in some paper towel and get all of the oil off, or a lot of it, and we will slice it into pieces and put it on the pizza. So again, you don't have to put any of this on. You can do your pizza however you like. And in fact, I will upload another video using a white sauce, Alfredo sauce, and show you how to use that. Make a really nice pizza that way. It's a good alternative to using tomato sauce. So you could also, yeah, so you can put whatever. I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat, really. I eat fish. But you know, you can put whatever you want on here. It's a very basic type of pizza. Alright, had to pause the video for a sec, get a fork. Fork is the way I like to get my pesto out. You can just do this, get your pesto, flick it everywhere, make a mess. The more the merrier. That's pretty much that. Just turn out nicely, and we'll move on to the next step. Alright, so this is my toaster oven. It folds up and down for easy use. It works really well for pizzas. It only goes to 450 at the most, which kind of sucks, but we'll set the oven to bake and then just let it preheat, get it as hot as possible, and then we'll put our pizza in. Alright, so the oven is preheated. I'm gonna open it up, take our pizza. Take our pizza. Looking good. Lots of good toppings. I'm gonna put it in. Close it. Now, in this oven, it's very small. I think I'm just gonna do it for 12 minutes, see how it looks. But if you have a bigger normal oven, get it as hot as possible. Like, I think they can go up to 550 for a residential oven. And then just cook it for about 12 minutes. Do the same and see how it looks. And yeah, we'll check in after it's done. All right, so the pizza is done. Turn the light on. See? Whew. Spicy. Okay. We'll take this out. Wow. That is nice. Look at that. All right. So we'll put it on the cooling tray. That back in there. Doesn't that look nice? Look at that big crust. Oh. Oh. That's nice. Ooh. Nice. That is great. So, one last thing. This is just feta. I like dusting top. Sprinkle it all on the top. I just find it tastes a bit better. So that's done. It's probably plenty. So, yeah, it looks good. So that's the pizza. Now you can cut it however you like. And that's done. Dinner is finished. Finally. Like the video, comment, tell me what I did wrong, tell me how you do it differently, tell me why I'm an idiot below, and stay tuned. I'll upload another video on how to make the white sauce and the pizza that goes with that. Alright, so the pizza is cut. Let's look at this. Oh, yeah. Check out that crust. Very nice crust. Very thin pizza underneath. You can almost see right through the toppings, it's so thin. Again, you could make this pizza a lot thicker. I just didn't really care, and I just stretched it and it came out super thin. So it's all about trial and error. You'll get better as you go, I'll guarantee it. And right now, I mean, this crust is super thick though. That's where all of the crust went, is to the ends. Very good. Very good. So, if you enjoyed the video, let me know.